Have you ever promised yourself one brownie and by the end of it you've completely sabotaged your diet by eating the entire pan? If so, I want to talk today about how do we get back to normal eating after a binge. And I want to tell you a little bit of a story about me. Once upon a time, I remember that brownies were always a forbidden food for me because I couldn't control myself around them. And so they were off limits. So anytime I would be on a diet or trying to lose weight or whatever, brownies were off limits because they wouldn't help me get there. They were the bad foods. And one particular time I remember very vividly, I had a pound of brownies and I ate so many that it made me sick. And so I decided that I didn't know what else to do because I couldn't control myself around them, that I poured ketchup over all the rest of the brownies in the pan. So if this describes you in some way where you feel like you can't control yourself around food and you find yourself binging, I want to help you. I want to work through this today. How do we get back to normal after eating a binge? And there are two different ways that we approach binging. It could be a one-time thing where it's just a one-time thing, or it can be a reoccurring thing where you have a particular food, a particular emotion or event that causes you to keep binging and keep doing it. So take a minute to think about what those are for you, and I have 4 steps to help you get back to normal eating after a binge. Step number 1 is to allow all foods. I know this is a hard one to accept and believe. There's a quote that I love that states, "The moment you banish a food, it immediately builds up a craving." And I want you to think about this with kids, right? My daughter could be in a room full of toys, and if there is a marker or something that she can be destructive with in the middle of all of that, it doesn't matter what's there, she wants it. And if I take it away from her, she wants it. And that's the same with food. As soon as we take it away, we want it. So step number 1 is to allow all food into your life. And you might be surprised at how freeing it feels and how much less you crave the foods that are forbidden for you. Number 2 is to sit with your emotions. So many times we find ourselves in eating out of an emotion and we don't pay attention to it, we just do it. And so I want you to take a minute to sit and be with your emotions. Allow yourself to feel them. And then step number 3 is to start looking for patterns. Are you approaching the binge out of emotional patterns or life patterns? These are really important identifiers to help you figure out why you're approaching this binge. And number 4, I talk about it in I think all of my videos, but number 4 is to choose love always. So if you're after a binge, if you're feeling like you're in a reoccurring cycle of binging, I want you to choose love and choose grace for yourself. And know that this can change and you can improve and you can work on it. And taking these few little steps will help you take the first steps to get there. So here's what I want you to do. If emotional eating is a big part of your life, I want you to go join my free course. It's linked in the description or in my profile, and it helps work through those emotions. We're learning about how to be with those emotions and what to do about them. That is a free resource that I've created for you, and I hope it's really helpful. So let's go over the 4 steps again, and when we're done, I want you to go pick one to work on today. Number 1 is to allow all foods. Number 2, sit with your emotions. Be with them. Allow yourself to feel them. Maybe you'll have a different outcome. Number 3, look for patterns. And number 4, choose love. Always choose love and grace and recognize that you are learning and it's okay to mess up and try again. So if this video was helpful for you, please share it with your friends that need it, and I will be back for another video.